We really couldn't ask for a better first weekend of May. Hopefully you got a chance to get outside today. As you can see here, many did.
Yeah, Bear Creek Dog Park, Colorado Springs, packed, filled with all those dog lovers taking full advantage of the warm temps.
We went up to Mueller State Park yesterday and enjoyed it up there, and we're just real happy to be able to go to the dog park today. We're really looking forward to the warm weather now.
Speaking of dogs, today kicks off National Pet Week. It was created in 1981 to honor our pets and promote responsible pet ownership. Our pets are always there for us. Don't ask for much in return, right? I kind of beg to disagree, though. My dog's kind of a high-maintenance dog, as my mom will agree with, I'm sure.
Needy.
She's watching, right? Jay, what about you?
So is my cat. My cat's extremely high maintenance, but that's okay. Good day to take a dog for a walk or anything else that you wanted to do outside. There were clouds around, and as we put the camera into motion at Pueblo West, Priscilla Boulevard, and Industrial Boulevard, Parkview Medical Center camera shows us all those clouds as they made their way into the region. The upper-level winds are out of the west, and as they came down the mountains, they helped to warm up this afternoon. Now there's a mix of sun and clouds for us as we go through our 5 o'clock hour as well, and that's reflected on the SkyScan satellite and radar, at least the satellite side. You also can see some green pop up on the radar side west of Interstate 25. This is not hitting the ground, at least not most of it isn't. Small chance for a sprinkler or two in the highest elevation peaks tonight, but that's about it in terms of any kind of rainfall that we're expecting for the next several days. 79 at the Springs right now, 86 at Pueblo, 81 at Canyon City, upper 80s and lower 90s in the Plains, 91 the current temperature in Lamar, 89 in Springfield, lower to middle 70s, even the mountain locations, at least some of them. Salida has 74, Alamosa checks in with 72. Wind gusts at 5 o'clock. We're sitting in the 25 to 35 mile per hour neighborhood in lots of areas like the Springs and Trinidad and also Salida and Gunnison. That's why we have those red flag warnings until 7 o'clock tonight for areas just off to our west. Fronts and air masses. Now, this is what we talked about before the break. This is the stationary front right here. This combination of cool front and warm front segments is the dividing line between warmer air off to its south and cooler air off to its north and northwest. What's going to happen over the next couple of days is low pressure, which is attached to this stationary front, will begin to move off to the east. That will pull in some cooler air from the northwest, and that will drive our temperatures down by the middle portion of this coming week. It won't be quite as mild as we go into the end portion of this week than it will be in the beginning, even though temperatures tomorrow are going to be somewhat cooler than they will be for this afternoon. Wind speeds as we go through the next couple of days are going to continue to be on the gusty side, especially during the afternoons. As we go through our Monday afternoon, we'll again see those winds between 10 and 15 and 20 miles per hour, especially off to the west of the interstate and also along Canyon City along Highway 50. We'll continue to see gusty winds in the Springs and in Pueblo by Monday at 6 o'clock. This will cause us some additional difficulties in terms of the fire danger over the next day or so as it continues to be dry and those winds continue to be, at least on the gusty side. Not as strong as they have been, but on the gusty side nonetheless. 54 tonight in the Springs, 49 in Pueblo, also at Canyon City, upper 20s and lower to middle 30s in most of the mountain locations except for Salida, which will drop down to 39. Speaking of Salida, you'll get up to near 70 tomorrow, not quite as warm as it was for this afternoon. 82 in the Springs, 87 at Pueblo, still upper 80s and lower 90s in the Plains, a very summer-like feel to your Monday. Highs are sitting in the mid to upper 80s along that southern I-25 corridor as well. Spring 7-day forecast. High temperatures continue their drop as that cooler air gets pulled into the region. Sitting in the mid to upper 60s on Thursday and Friday. There will be a chance for some showers as that system finally makes its way through the region and we start to see temperatures closer to the normals by the time we end off this week. 67 and 70 are, again, close to where we should be in Pueblo as well towards the end of the week. High temperatures tomorrow are going to be sitting in the mid to upper 80s. Then we drop back and then rise back up towards next weekend. A small roller coaster, kiddie roller coaster for us for the temperatures this week. Canyon City 7-day forecast. Oh, you like kiddie roller coasters, right? My son does too, actually. 10 and 20% chance for some showers Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures drop to the lower 60s before rebounding to the lower 70s next weekend. Teller County a better chance and a more extended chance for some showers for you. Some of these will have snow mixed in, especially above 9 and 10,000 feet. Up on Pikes Peak, you might get a flake or two or three or several dozen. And outside of that, it's a heavy wet snow. Not a huge amount of it either as we go through the rest of the week.
All right, windy-ish?
Windish tomorrow, and then the winds begin to die down later on this week.
Well, that'll be nice.
People will leave for that.